guys.
Welcome.
How are ya?
Good. We're glad your character's not dead.
I know. I was supposed to be. Thank you.
Did you know you were supposed to be killed off at the end of the season?
Did I what?
Did you know you were supposed to be?
At the beginning of before we began season 3, I said to Craig. Was it before that? I can't remember exactly. I said, so at one point I just said to him, so when does she die, or is she going to die? And he said, well, she has to die. Then at the beginning, I said, you know, we talked, it was a little bit, I know it was. So I'm sorry, it was a few months before we started season 3, and then a few months after we started, and I had a conversation with him. And he wanted to talk about what was going to happen, and I said, should I assume that this is going to, that she will have, that it will be the final end? And he said 85%, 90% yes, at the end, because that's where it was going. So mentally, by the end of the show, end of the season this last year, I was mentally moved on. So, and I was working on Vegas, another show, and I was trying to I was like, I need to be working back in LA and make sure I have another job, and I'm working more. And he called me on the set of Vegas and picked up the phone and said, how's it going to happen? Because it was a few weeks before we finished. He said, well, what if it doesn't happen? And I went, huh? What? And I kind of took me by surprise, and I said, this must mean, or he said, this means basically that we have most confidence that the show's coming back. And I said, well, that's because if the show wasn't, if he coming back, we'd have to have closure with this character, for sure. So that was how it happened.
Were you surprised it was only 6 episodes?
Yes. I think 6 is an odd number, but I'm not the head of a network.
Right.
So it's, I think that's what they were willing to do. It's possibly would, you know, I'm sure they pitched everything from a full season to just, you know, we can get into the guts of it and just finish it off. And I'm sure whether it's financial or, I don't know, how many episodes does that make it? Does anybody know the number?
It's
such an odd,
yeah, it only puts it about 70, yeah.
Which is an odd number now. So I wouldn't, everything about television has changed. I hate to say that I'm a veteran. I've been doing this for so long. But it used to be we needed 100 episodes, and then it was like 66 or no, 88.
Yeah, it's 88. Yeah.
What do you know? What can you tease? What do you know? What can you tease about the final 6, and how much do you know?
I have no idea what we can what to tease, because I don't know. I mean, what I can say for sure is that this is a continuation of, you know, it's an absolute continuation of just season 3, and it's almost like season 3 really didn't have a finale, but we're just pushing forward a few months and going for the end. And it's a gift in television to actually be able to close out a show. Think about firefight fans.
Yeah. That's true.
What would you like to see happen to her?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Take over the world!
That would be fun.
It's an Amanda world. She takes over the entire world. No. I think obviously the genre. We're in a genre of it's a graphic novel. It's heroes and villains, and you know, she should have some kind of. It shouldn't necessarily. It doesn't have to be spectacular the way Percy fell, but it needs to be emotional, and it needs to be worthy of everything we've built up to, and everything that we've delved into in these broken, effed up people that Nikita and Amanda and Alex and all of these people. It would be fun. I mean, we don't have enough time to do it, but it would be fantastic. I always wanted to have some kind of thing. You know, I love the fact that Amanda keeps going, "Dork off." You know, it's like he makes her scratch like a dog, like he's a flea or something. I mean, it would have been so much fun to to explore all of these characters and the relationships with each other. And I essentially, I know there's probably untold stories with Alex, but it will probably focus specifically on Nikita with Amanda. I mean, all of the characters it's called Nikita, so
Amanda needs her comeuppance though.
She needs to probably get her, yeah. I mean, like I said, I was completely, I don't take it personally that she was going to die. I assume that she needed to be, taken out of this world. Or in a padded cell somewhere. Or, oh, I just came up with a good idea. I shouldn't say that.
Oh, how much
Maybe
fun
the
is
world
it?
thinks she's dead and she's not. I don't know.
I guess she is kind of dead.
And that, yeah. But that's when the show gets picked up later in a couple years. Nikita will never die.
How much fun is it to play the evil?
Let me tell you, it's actually not as fun as people. I mean, it's definitely serious. There are times when it's absolutely, you say it's fun, but this character, I take it very, very seriously because there's so much. It's so complicated. And in the beginning, when they first started the show, I literally say, why is she doing this? What's going on? And it's because they really didn't want to explore it yet. And once he did, because he said, once I do, it's coming away. The layers are coming away, and they did. And it came intense. You notice there was only one torture in season 2 with Burkhoff, and then all of a sudden it's torture every episode, and then it's this ultimate torture of and then her backstory. It's just, like I said, you can always tell I'm kind of a fun, gregarious person, but when I'm on Nikita, I'm pretty serious until all the hard shit is done.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, now I got it. Because it's really intense. It takes a lot of focus.
Thank you. I think they're winding you up.
Alright, move you. Okay.
Oh.
What did you have?
Good. Oh no, I was saying good luck.
Oh no, yeah, no, I just had hand surgery, so
Oh.
I'm stretching. I'm supposed to stretch.